Greetings, gamers! Welcome back to my Let's Play Fire Emblem 9 Path of Radiance, part number 24. And in today's episode, I need to begin ASAP. So, in today's episode, I am going to be dealing with... this guy's going to transform soon. I'm going to be dealing with the desert map and finding all of the treasure. Now, I am going to be foregoing the coins because the only use they have is for Radiant Dawn transfer. And I am not doing a Radiant Dawn transfer pretty much ever. Maybe like on hard mode I would do transfers because that makes the most sense. But otherwise, no. I don't have a particular need or desire to do transfers because I think they're a bit much and not necessary on the units whom would be receiving said transfers. Alright, go ahead and ward up Ike. Yes, I'm bringing a ward staff, though I don't need it. I would like to, pretty decent. Okay level up, you know, could be better, could be worse. She does have fantastic stats right now, so I don't really think she needs much more, but hey, always love more stats. Yeah, so there's no magic units on this chapter, but blowing the ward in order to have weapon experience points on Mist is a good idea, personally, in my humble opinion, because having that S rank sooner than later is great, especially because you don't have to go too long before you get the S rank staff in this game. Ike, you can go there. Mordecai. Only 15 damage, so it's going to take, what, 2 turns to KO this guy? Including one of the enemy's turns. So I definitely need to get out of the way. Now that everybody is out of the way, Leith can deal with that cat by herself. I decided to change up my party a bit and bring Marcia just for the simple fact that the whole rescue dropping Volk thing doesn't work if I'm only using one flyer. So that was kind of a tactical error on my part. So now I have that error rectified. And Titania and Mist. I want them to take the brunt of the attacks because Ike is basic. I think he already is max level. Is he? Gonna have to find that out. Yeah, he's already max level, so he doesn't need any experience points from any of these guys whatsoever. And just keep on spamming the ward. If it breaks this chapter, it breaks. I don't really care either way. As I've said before, it's not something that is necessary to be had. And you are gone. This guy is not transforming for a few more turns, I think. Get my flyers right by Volk. And Mordecai is going to be able to smite Leith next turn. For the fact that I would be able to use Leith to attack the next unit without necessarily having to take 2 more turns to do so, right? Which is a fantastic idea, in my humble opinion. Titania is going to take a fair bit of damage here, but... fair bit of damage. 2 damage is the most she's taken in, what, like a chapter or 2? A couple of chapters? Too good of a unit. A lot of people say that she's unbalanced because of that. I say, have fun, it's a game. Alright, smite you, Leith. The smite ability is so darn good. That repositioning of Leith right there, allowing her to come and attack this guy rather than having to wait another turn is just fantastic. And I get the Statue Fragment. So as I said before, the Statue Fragment is kind of a useless stat booster. All it does is increases the user's build, and it only increases the user's build by 2. This does increase weight, and it does allow you to shove and or smite better. This is getting sold. Even though I do have units who do shove and smite, like Mordecai, and I will soon have another, there is no chance I would ever waste 4K on 2 extra build. Especially when you look at Mordecai, he's got 18 build untransformed, 33 weight. He is in no need. And of course, Ike is going to be attacked here. And, yep, just keep on spamming Ward. Would be cool if Ward did, like, defense and resistance. It would make it far and away better. I understand why it would not ever do that, right? I'm not of any other mind to say, oh, well, it should do that. No. But it would be cool if there was, maybe not Ward did both, but there was a staff that did that for defense as well. So my original plan with this chapter was to leave as many of these guys alive as possible, but there was a serious problem with that. Getting a lot of the loot in this chapter requires you to do some pretty risky things with some units that do not want to see combat, like Volk. So I decided no on that front. Alright, leave. And this guy, I'll put you here, you here. Uh-oh. Alright, 11 speed, 14 speed. Oh, she's not getting attacked twice, but that was a wasted movement. Ooh, Shine Tome. So, this is the Shine Tome. This is the mid-level light magic. Only 4 might. I don't really understand Path of Radiance balancing of the light magic, because it's almost like they took the ridiculously low might of dark or of light magic from the GBA entries. Even those don't have as low a might as this. But they took that concept of lower might, but then they took the concept of low hit and no crit from dark magic and combined them together. And then they made the worst magic type in this game. There is nothing worse, literally. Alright. And this is going to heal up Mist, her 1 HP that she is missing. I believe that's her first proc of Soul in the game. And of course, I'm going to have to throw a hand axe to get rid of this guy. I can move over to start finding the Silver Blade, because that is another thing I can get on Ike and Titania and Mist's path. I am not, like I said, I'm not getting any of the coins, but I did want to show where all of those were in the previous episode, so that if you happen to want to get them, they are there and for the taking. Yeah, that's super dangerous. Alright, so I believe both of these flyers can reach Ike, which means that they're both going to get KO'd this turn by Mist and Titania. Also means that Titania's not going to be able to continue forward towards the Silver Blade. Ooh. What a waste. I don't even think he's getting weapon experience points from this because I believe he's at A, and A is the maximum that you can possibly... Oh, he is, actually. A is the maximum that you can possibly have before promotion. That might not be the case with staves in this game. I'm not entirely sure, but I would definitely bet that that's the case. And then we have all of this menagerie here. I'm going to have to move all of these units. Be mindful of your positioning. And this is why I brought vulneraries with Marcia. I actually had all of her items taken off of her because come the recruitment of Makalov, she is not any more useful. Well, I think what I'm going to do is... How close? Okay, she just lost her gauge. I'm going to use a Leguse stone here. Just to help out. Yep, I will also have to take out that Raven that's towards the south, so hopefully Titania can get within his range over the next turn or two, as she is trying to find the Silver Blade, which I believe is right here. Mend. Heal up Ike, of course. And that's another level up for Mist. Level 9. Okay level. Could be better. Come on, Mist. You can do better. I've seen you do better. Definitely have seen you do better. Perfect. I'll level up for Leith yet again. Nice amount of resistance. It's kind of interesting how good her stats are coming out to be. And a one-shot. The Raven will be attacking me next turn. I do hope... Oh, yes. So he can reach Titania. That's awesome. All the better. And I'm going to use up this vulnerary just in case something goes awry. Can never be too safe with units as weak as Marcia is. And she's very weak. Even if she's trained by this time, typically I don't use her for this chapter for offense, because the majority of these guys are a bit tankier than most of the units you've been fighting recently. Ooh, 17 damage. And she's going to heal up 14. That's nice. That was a lot of damage she just took. A lot more than I was expecting. But things are getting done, which is always nice. I am very much so appreciating everything going on here. I still have the Silver Blade, the Guard, the Physic, the Boots, the White Gem, and the Vague Kati, or the Recruitment, left to do. So, yeah. I want to say... Okay, cool. Silver Blade obtained. High price sword of high power. It's large, heavy, and difficult to wield. Weight 14 is not that heavy. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. 60 hit is not that great, but 15 might is actually pretty strong for a sword, especially to receive it kind of early. Okay, I don't want to put Mist in the range of too many enemies. But with that obtained, I have not too much left to do. Mordecai can get over here to get ready to recruit. Mordecai or Leith can recruit, so I always have these two coming this way. Which is just, you know, it's smart to play that way. Because I don't really see a reason not to recruit this unit, even if you're not going to use them. Because not only do you get the weapon from that space, but you also get the recruitment. If you put any other unit on this space and receive the item, you do not receive the unit. So I'm going to go ahead and wait.
Something's here. Beneath the sand. Nope, I'm over here. So there you are. You are good at hiding. To be praised by one of the beast tribes is an honor. I am Stefan. I live here in this desolate wasteland, playing at being a hermit. Who are you? I haven't seen you in these parts before. I am Mordecai, a warrior of Gallia. This is the first time I have walked beyond the borders of my country. I thought that might be the case, and I was right. Ho, I am ever so clever. Mordecai, listen here. I'm interested in the beast tribes of Gallia. Would you mind talking with me? I'll buy dinner. My friends and I are fighting, so I cannot. Sorry.
Very well then, I will help you. Once this battle is finished, you'll have time to converse, yes?
All right. If you will fight with us, then I will call Stefan a friend. Later we will talk about Gallia.
I'm looking forward to it. Right then, off we go.
Yes, off we go. Right then.
So, Stefan, he is one of my units that I just recruited. I am going to be keeping as a permanent member of the team. So if you only step on the space with one of your other units and get the item rather than the recruitment, you do get the Vague Kati sword, S-rank sword, Might 12, 80 hit, 35 crit. This is by far the best sword in this game. I should say one range sword in this game. It's far and away better than the Killing Edge, but for most people's purposes, C rank is still the best metric to receive, especially if you're going to use somebody like Stefan, because this guy, he already has S rank. Not only does he have S rank, but he also has Astra. In certain conditions, grants this unit 5 consecutive attacks at half damage. Astra has been heavily neutered. This was the first instance it was neutered in the series, but over most recent entries, Astra is so weak, it's almost like, why even use it or have it? Now, the Veikati gives a +3 to defense, as you can see here, but can we just stop ourselves for a moment? Can I just bask in the glory of this man's base stats? Level 8, we're about halfway through the game. He's a level 8 pre-promoted Swordmaster. Probably the best pre-promoted Swordsmaster in the entire series. Probably, I would dare say. With a 19 base strength, he's only like 4 or 5 away from max strength. I think it's either 23 or 24 is his max strength. He's only 3 away from max skill, only 5 away from max speed. Now granted, his defenses are really, really poor, but he's still a really fun unit. Stefan has a 70 hit, or 70% HP growth, 50% strength, 20% magic, 40% skill, 55% speed, 25% luck, 35% defense, and 30% resistance. This guy actually has pretty fantastic growths all around, even in his very lackluster defenses. He is an amazing unit. A pre-promote with the types of growths that he has is just astounding, right? And I appreciate it. So, with that being said, next turn I'm going to be taking Volk and dropping him here so that he can pick up the Physic. Then I'm going to be getting the Boots. Then I'm going to be going all the way down here and getting the Guard. So I do have to finish off the rest of the units in this chapter. Can you reach Mist? Yes, you can. So that's nice. Another good old ward. I cannot believe I have an Ike that has this much resistance. It's actually kind of insane. A rank in staves. Very nice, Mist. Very nice. A little bit further, and I will feel more inclined to give her the arm scrolls. I'm not really concerned about it. I'm going to just keep on using her as normal, and I'm not going to be using, or... yeah, I'm not going to be using the arm scroll until I have gotten an S rank in staves, so I just don't make the mistake of getting an S rank in swords. It's kind of a brutal mistake to make. Stefan is not going to be useful for the rest of this chapter. None of my units really are, except for basically Volk and Mist and Ike. And Titania. Wow, my units are just wanting to smite these guys as fast as possible, apparently. So this is a defeat boss chapter, which is nice. Would have been also really nice if she had activated Soul, but it's not something you can bank or bet on. That is another level up for my Valkyrie. Gosh, Mist, you have better growths than this. Way better growths. Titania is probably going to be the one who KOs the boss. Alright. Take you. Drop you. And yeah, that's pretty well my turn. Yeah, this is going to be kind of boring for the rest of this chapter, so what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and cut out the rest of the chapter, at least until I'm fighting the boss, just because it's going to be like 5 or 6 turns before I am finished with gathering all these items, so I will be right back. And I am back, and ready to beat this enemy. Yeah, I can actually beat him this turn. That's cool.
My companions and I are not thieves. I'm sure you could not care less, though.
Very unfortunate that I have to KO his companions. Would have been nice to have all that bonus experience points, but what can you do, right? And then the Merida sword.
What? No, not another child. Stop, your sword hand. It's trembling. Please, don't do this.
No, I will not be the only one who runs away.
No, no. We lose.
You're the leader of this band, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'll resist you no further. Take me with you or execute me here. I care not. But my companions, would you let them go, please?
No, I will not allow it.
Huh?
I won't let you take Morum.
Stay back, little one. You are not supposed to expose...
If you want Morum, you'll have to kill me first. You're...
Yes, he is a Bjork child. I claimed him when he was little more than an infant. He has nothing to do with us. Subhumans.
Stop lying. I'm here because I want to be. Who's the leader of the Legu's Emancipation Army? I am. You're a big jerk, Morum. Trying to cover for everyone and get yourself killed. I won't allow it.
Little one.
Hey, I don't care who the real leader is. A Legu's who calls himself a subhuman is protecting a kidnapped Bjork who claims to lead a Legu's Emancipation Army? Do I have that right? Because if I do, I have absolutely no idea what any of you are talking about. Would someone please tell me what is going on here? Alright, please go over that again. It's been customary throughout Begnion's history to keep Legu's as slaves? That's right. But that's in the past now. 20 years ago, all slavery was outlawed and all Legu's were freed. And as far as the general public is concerned, that is exactly what happened. So there's a portion of society that willingly breaks the law. The commoners obey, but there are still many Legus slaves in the homes of nobles. Morum and I brought this to the attention of the senators, but they would not listen. That's why we gathered other fighters. We break into the homes where slaves are kept and help them escape. Of course, the nobles can't let this be known publicly, so they brand us thieves and turn us into wanted outlaws. All right, I think I understand your motives, but you're not going to solve the basic problem this way. We know that, but we can't give up and leave them in chains. We can't and won't. You mind if I try to help? Huh? This sort of Bjork behavior is something that's been bothering me. I think there may be something that I can do.
Nay, Sala, stop this foolishness. Where are you taking me? Tell me. It's only a little further. I'll tell you once we've arrived, just as I promised. I left no word with Tibarn. If I had known we were coming this far, I would have left a message.
Serenus Forest.
Here we are. This is what I wanted to show you. Look below you, Rayson. What do you see?
What?
What is this? How is this possible? What happened here? This is Serenus? Is this what you're trying to tell me? This colorless vista, these cracked and withered branches, these lifeless trees, this is my forest? The ancient tongue. It's been many years since I heard it last. You can still speak it. The voice of the forest is still... Why? How did this?
It's been like this since your clan's been gone. The area near the entrance is especially bad. They used fire. Most of the trees are dead.
Unforgivable. How can they do things like this? Cursed humans. What did this forest do? What did my clan do? Humans hold all Legus in contempt, and in the same way they hold all of nature in contempt as well. They think everything exists for their pleasure and betterment. They are beneath contempt. Nay, Sala, it appears that I have misjudged you. I called you a groveling toady to humans and labeled you a traitor. I was overly harsh. I apologize. Not to worry. I engage in occasional commerce with humans. That much is true. A more pressing issue is the growing darkness. You can return to Phoenicius tomorrow, can you not?
I'm certain that some noble has a villa in this area. At this time of year, it is almost certain to be empty. I suggest we borrow it for the evening.
You would sleep in a human building?
Think about it. Bird folk like you and I have no night vision whatsoever.
If we were discovered by humans, they would surely overwhelm and capture us, right? I see your point. Very good. I'll go stumble around until I find something to eat. Please, make yourself comfortable. Nay, Sala.
Yes?
Thank you. For everything you've done, I appreciate it. Don't be ridiculous. We're old friends, aren't we not? Right you are, old friend. Is everything in place?
Yes. That Duke Tanas cannot sit still. He is literally quivering with anticipation. It's not pretty.
I bet it isn't. I agree, Naysal. I bet that's not. Just make sure that mountain of soot stays hidden. If Rayson catches so much as a glimpse of his bulk, he will take wing. Understood. Now, time to put on the finishing touches. This, too, I do to raise up Kilvis. Rayson, please don't judge me too harshly. That being said, I'm sure you will. Ah, well, such is life. Enjoy your new one, old friend.
Pretty dastardly for Naysala to sell out basically his own kin. Chapter 16, The Atonement.
What is this? Who are you? What have you done with Naysala? Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is something everyone should see. There can be no doubt. I gaze upon the last living wonder of the Serenus royalty, and while I gaze, I happen to find myself wanting to end this episode because Oliver is on screen. Oh yeah, I actually don't despise this man, especially with what happens with him in Radiant Dawn. I'll just put it that way. I think it's really funny how they implemented him into the story of that game and as a character, and especially as a unit. So, with all that being said, I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe, depending on your platform of choice. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.